done many years ago, and we've shown it many, many times, Bohemian Noir. And it's a film that was created and crafted, a beautifully crafted short film that was created in a time and place that was a hub for art and creative practice in the late 1980s and early 1990s. That's in Camden Town. And he captures the spirit and creative energy of that so well. So that's one of the other films that you might have seen or that you need to see at another time. But Amani was the director of the Double Edge Theatre Company and a member of the Soul to Soul Collective. And Double Edge were based at the Camden United Theatre, commonly known as the Cut in Camden Town, at the time when also the Black Audio Film Collective and others were based there. But long before, years before his short film, Bohemian Noir, he demonstrated his incredible creative talent with the musical theatre production of Ragamuffin, which became a phenomenon, and the production, which was filmed, became the basis of the film you will see tonight. But who is Amani Naftali? Why are we here to see a major work of his that was presented and represented a number of times to popular acclaim? It's presented here tonight in a different form from its original theatrical musical. Tonight it combines Amani's artistic skills in theatre, music and film. It's quick. But firstly, a few things that you should know about Amani if this is the first time you're going to experience his work. Amani is a Renaissance artist, a griot and a ritualist. He uses mythology as the basis for his creative practice, and he's never more eloquent than when he speaks on the subject of the relevance and significance of African mythology in the origins of narrative structure of theatre and film. It's useful to know these things when you will see the film that you're going to see tonight. He studied Irish mythology. He is the theatre director and playwright, as I mentioned, and 5 of his plays have been archived at the National Theatre here in the UK. The successful musical in the 1980s on the indie film circuit, and on which tonight's film is based, Ragamuffin, had its premiere about a mile or 2 from here at the Oval House Theatre, before moving to the Theatre Royal Stratford, where it was repeated many times by popular acclaim, by popular demand. So the play Ragamuffin was a contemporary Black British take on the Haitian Revolution. And it's useful to note that in preparation for the musical, Amani shot a documentary in Haiti exploring the rituals of Pau, Tetra, Voodoo, and Candomblé, spiritual and cultural traditions there, where he developed a heightened sense of reality. And it's something that maybe you will identify as surrealism. That he uses in order to understand the Haitian Revolution and present it in another form. And the interesting thing is how that history actually has a lot of relevance for what was happening here in the UK, in London, in the 1980s, and may even be relevant for what's happening now. But that's enough from me, so let's hear what Amani himself has to say by way of introducing the film you're going to see this evening. Thank you, Amani.
Well, welcome.
Yay.
Yes.
It's a real blessing. I look around and I see people from all different corners of my existence and my life, you know. So bless up those, bless up my people who come from college, who've been with me since start.
From time!
We call it the punk massive.
Yeah.
Bless up all my brothers and sisters who have come along and people who have seen. I'll let Bagger, I do know this. I once sat on the bed end of C.L.R. James, the great historian C.L.R. James, who lived in this area. And he said to me, or convinced me as to why I should give you the copyright of the Black Jacobins. So I then had to sit for the next few hours just debating and espousing why we of the younger generation are the only ones who can articulate his vision and his dream. So I received that copyright and took it back to Camden with kind of due awe. And then received a mad phone call because I think I had interrupted certain lines. So I was then faced with, do I take the great C.L.R. James to court? Or do I just let this thing go? Well, we as a revolutionary theatre company in that time, I took it off the wall and tore it up because C.L.R. James is a great historian, but he's not necessarily a great playwright or director. So I was sitting on a corner in Zimbabwe at a crossroads, and I looked up and I saw three crows, black and white crows, and the crows were flying, and I just watched them, and then they stopped above my head and started to fly in a triangle, and I remember thinking, that's weird. Why are they flying in a triangle above my head? But at that point in time, then I came down, and an idea came into my head, which was originally called liquid. Because when we used to lick speaker box, we used to liquid and lick the speaker box of a sound system. And the genesis of an idea came, and it grew, and it became what became known as Ragamuffin. We have beautiful people here in the audience, some of the original cast, who I built foundation on. I will introduce them later, and they will speak for themselves. It's wonderful to be back in Brixton. We started at the bottom of the hill, and now we come here again, right? All I say is let the place speak for itself. You will see relevancies of Game of Thrones with the white locks. You will see many different things, right, that people who can have locks can actually go and make films and do certain things. We had to break them things back in the day. We waged war against naturalism because we said, no, we do things that are supernatural, right? We have a ritual perspective. And if James Brown is real, and soul is real, and Vega is real, well, our theatre has to represent our people. It was very simple to us. And so we pursued that road. I'm not going to take it too long. I just want you to sit. Hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully we don't get no technical madness. I still will play. So just enjoy yourself, and the ancestors will too.